Hey everyone, my name's Henry and you're listening to the Alaskan News Network. Now I know you're probably asking what the show is, what it's about. Essentially it's just me and a couple friends who like getting stoned on weekend nights. This is basically just us going to get stoned and talk a bunch of random horse shit while we throw in a little bit of royalty-free music. So that's pretty much what you come to expect. There's no real theme except in terms of music. We'll try to have a certain theme. And yeah, pretty much that's basically what the show is. We're going to try to do this every week, and we hope you enjoy it. If you or anyone you know is in a band and wouldn't mind some free promotion, be sure to send us your music at alaskannewsnetwork@gmail.com. All right, thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the show. Hey, I'm Henry.
I'm Miles.
I'm Caitlin.
And you're listening to Alaskan National News. So what would you guys say is like the scariest thing that's ever happened to you in your life?
Do you have an answer for this one?
I feel bad because I'm just gonna give the exact same
It's
answer.
fine, just do it.
All right. Well, but it doesn't feel right.
I don't care.
We don't know.
Feel, just go.
Yeah, just fucking answer the question.
All right. So when I was a kid, me and my sister were out playing with an ATV that our dad just let us use completely unsupervised. And,
Your real one or your adopted one?
My adopted one, right after I moved in. Well, not a few years, but so we're playing around with this ATV, and my sister, who's probably I don't know, 15 or something at the time,
Yeah.
is just fucking tearing around my lawn in this thing that is specifically said don't be under 18.
Were you wearing helmets?
No, we were just kids with heavy machinery.
Awesome.
And
that's the smartest thing you can do with a bunch of kids.
yeah, so she's tearing around the lawn, and she hits this small hill, and it's just the entire thing just flips over me for a second, and I was that close away from dying.
Damn. So, did you get were you injured at all or anything?
No.
No, it went over him. It flew over him.
Yeah.
Like in Transformers when the robots fly over the same fucking lady in every movie.
Exactly, but without Shia LaBeouf.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he might have caught pneumonia from the air or some shit.
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Did you just make up that word?
Pneumonia.
Are you trying to...
Why would you say pneumonia with a P? Why?
Because it has a P in it. I don't... Fuck silent letters. I say what I want. Anyways, when did you die?
When did I die? Okay, the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, I want to say it was the Italy thing. When I went to...
Italy?
What?
What?
Can I say the scariest thing that's ever happened to my dad? Because it's actually kind of cool.
Okay, fuck it.
Okay,
Go
so
for it.
I'm going to pretend to be my dad. So he was driving home from work, and when he was on the road, there was literally they were kind of in the woods, the area, it's a kind of a highway, but it's going through the mountains, so it's in the woods, right?
Yeah.
And he's going through it, and he suddenly, he sees a fucking car accident. I think one of the cars swerved into a tree.
Damn.
Literally there in the, in the middle of traffic, there was other people around him. He just fucking crashed into a tree. So my dad and a bunch of other people get out of the car, and they're like, oh, dude, are you okay? You know what happened here, whatever. And the guy was acting really kind of distraught and crazy. And he was just in the street, just sitting in the street, facing forward. And they were kind of thinking it was weird, because they didn't know what was wrong. They're probably parking.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all trying to talk to the guy, hey, are you okay? Why did you do that? Why did you crash into that tree? And the guy was just literally just sitting in the middle of the road, just shaking. And they thought he was having a panic attack. I mean, as you would.
Yeah.
And they called the cops, and the cops came and talked to the guy. And when the cops got there and the guy got up, he was holding a gun.
What?
And he was holding the gun to the cops. And my dad was saying it was the scariest thing because that entire time they were waiting for the cops, they were literally yelling at this dude, hey, what are you doing? What's wrong? And my dad's he easily could have shot me. He easily could have he was literally just holding onto the gun in his pocket. He easily could have shot him.
Wow.
And my dad came home that day and he cried.
What?
In my kitchen. He walked through the door, he hugged my mom, and he started fucking crying.
Her dad's a Marine, by the way.
Not okay.
What is he?
He's in the Air Force.
Air Force. So he's he has to be tough as fuck. You can't cry tears. You can't be a bitch in the army, dude.
You can't be a bitch and be a Boy Scout, but look at you.
Shut up.
Shit.
Anyways.
roasted.
Fuck.
Have you guys ever been around people with weapons, like with a gun, like not because like
You're telling me I lived with a roommate that had a knife for a whole fucking year. Are you kidding me?
Ben,
A knife?
No.
Liam?
No. Sylvan.
Oh, that's okay.
Dude, Sylvan is like super hippie.
Sylvan's like he's
He wanted to stab me. You know he wanted to fucking stab me.
Henry,
Isn't he a
everyone
pacifist?
wants to stab you.
No. He beat me up. He punched me in the
He's a
face.
I know, but no.
Satanist.
Hey, you can also. I cannot imagine him seriously beating someone up.
No. Well, it wasn't like serious. It was just like I was fucking around, but yeah.
Fucking around, punching you in the face.
Yeah,
But
this boy stuff.
Okay. Did you ever fight with your roommate, Miles?
Sean?
Oh, yeah.
No. He just like passive aggressively moved out.
That was
Yeah,
fucked
you're a
up.
shitty
But
roommate.
you ended his like only relationship. It was all
Yeah,
your
he had
fault.
1 month.
Well-
He literally couldn't take you for 1 fucking month.
No, it was like month 3 or something.
Shit.
I don't know. I'm glad he moved out though.
Yeah, he seemed really shitty. So, in terms of the scariest thing in my life, I can't. It's got. I can't really think of like, because you see,
Give us your weed.
here, can we do this
Is that
after
out?
this
Let me
recording?
see.
Yeah.
Here, fuck it. Here, I'll give you my shit. 1 sec.
Let me see later.
So pretty much the scariest moment I would say is probably just the XXXTentacion concert. When there was a riot, like I sincerely thought, like I'm gonna fucking die. There's gonna because
That's the scariest thing.
it
that
was
happened.
fucking terrifying. Honestly, do you know how crazy white kids are?
No, it was on the news.
It was on Complex
It was
News.
on news. It was reported as a
Wait,
riot.
was that the one in Chicago?
Yeah.
You
heard about
remember
that?
hearing about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry was there. It was a fucking riot. Henry was there.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
that's
There was a riot afterwards. It
amazing.
wasn't. It was like a.
How have
Hey,
we
you
not
gotta
talked
do
about
this.
this?
What? Here,
need to pull
my
it out the
empty
window.
this.
How did we not talk about
No,
this?
actually, I don't know. Yeah, let's talk about it. So pretty
Well-
much, for those of you who don't know what happened, XXXTentacion, we're going to be talking about him later. He's a SoundCloud rapper, trap rapper out of Florida. He's known for like having these like really harsh.
No, it's still full of shit.
I know. I didn't do anything.
I'm recording. This is my time. This is my fucking time to shine. Okay. Anyways, so pretty much this fucking kid. He's like really young too. He's like a year younger than us. Sorry if you can hear the train.
He's so fucking young.
He's literally a year younger than us. He's doing all this other shit. But basically, he came to Chicago. Pretty much before then, every single show, every single concert had been on the news for like one thing or another. Either he's getting in fights, he's getting knocked out, he punches a fan at his shows, like just all this fucking
What are
shit.
you looking for?
Yeah, what are
I'm
you
looking for something pokey to poke out the.
You don't need to just blow it. It's
Yeah.
It
fine.
didn't work.
No, I touched it. It's fine.
It's fine. But yeah, so this fucking kid, I was excited as hell. At first, I was kind of nervous because of all the shit, but I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" I went to it, and he canceled. That fucker fucking canceled. I don't think it was his fault. Actually, I think the venue canceled on him, which because
He's so fucking.
yeah, because he's crazy. But the thing is, that's never been a fucking secret. They knew that the shit was wild. They
I
just
don't know why they waited till
Yeah.
the day after cancel.
but pretty much, so to pretty much cut it short, there was a small riot of pretty much just everyone just yelling at the fucking venue. And then at one point, everyone just stormed the venue. It wasn't that big of a deal. It literally lasted like 2 minutes, and then they forced us out. And then the final like little cherry on the cupcake or whatever. I don't know how the phrase is. There was a fucking mosh pit in the parking lot.
Really?
Yeah, they're just moshing to one of his songs, and then the police came. Like you hear the siren, so everyone ran. I had to jump over a person's car
Did
hop
you,
over
like,
a fence.
participate in the riot?
Oh fuck yeah!
Were you? Yes, you were just like.
But I was so afraid I was
yelling.
going to get stabbed there. Honestly, his fans are fucking terrifying.
No, dude, the riot doesn't stab itself.
Well-
You would have gotten like tear gas or something.
Okay.
I don't know. If like a riot starts like hurting itself, doesn't it just like turn into just like this big confusing nothing?
I mean, I guess I don't fucking know.
Oh no, I'll let you next time.
Alright.
Oh, I have been in a riot though.
Yeah. Here, I got it. So yeah, this is the first segment. On to the first song we're going to be listening to today is "Pomegranate" by D.A. Dad.
Some of them like to
welcome back, guys. You were just listening to Pomegranate by D.A. Dad. Coming up next, we got The Machine Stops by Misery Slims. Hey, my show. And we're back. Welcome back,
Wasn't
everyone.
your show yesterday?
Shut up. You guys were just listening to The Machine Stops by Misery Slims. Now we got our another little discussion. This one also has to do with that XXXTentacion guy. There's just a news story released by Pitchfork on Friday called XXXTentacion's Reported Victim Details Grim Pattern of Abuse and Testimony. It was written by Mark Hogan on Pitchfork. And like I said, XXXTentacion, he's a rapper. The original reason why he was so controversial was because he beat up his girlfriend. And which already sounds bad enough in itself, like, obviously.
Wow. Wait, dude, I can just read this. It's all in there.
I know, but I'm just giving them a little recap of what he is. Let me do it. I know what I'm doing. But yeah, pretty much he beat his girlfriend, which I know is not, like, ideal. Like, we don't support his behavior, even though we like his music. But, so he beat up a girl, and we thought that was the end of it. But no, there's more.
No,
so
like
Caitlin here,
sex slave.
No, Caitlin here is going to read the little story about the whole thing, and we just want to react to it because it's fucking insane.
So this is straight out of the depositions. This is the 142-page transcript of the testimony made by her.
This isn't 142 pages. We're just reading a section of it.
So I'm going to read bullet points of basically what happened. The reported victim met XXXTentacion online and went to a movie theater with him once before she attended one of his shows in late May of 2016. On that particular evening, he came up from behind her in the crowd, grabbed her neck, and walked away silently. Later that same night...
Wait, what the fuck? So wait, he doesn't even know her.
This is weird.
This is before... This
I
is before they
know.
like actually started dating. He's just like grabbing chicks by the fucking neck.
That's
No,
like
okay,
some
so this
serial
is like
killer
one of
shit.
the. This is the second time they've ever seen each other, right? So he hugged
Must
her and
have doing that
invited
to
her
you.
to a party at the house. Where
He
was
hugged her
living
after
in-
choking her. He hugs her.
He was living in North Miami. At the house, he told her he liked her and suggested she could move in with him. That next day, she left her ex-boyfriend's place and began cohabitating with XXX.
After 3 days, 3 times
They
meeting
met
each other.
3 times. He was like, "Move in with me." She's like, "Okay."
I mean, it didn't take that long
This
for my
bitch.
fucking uncle to get married, so.
So the first incident of domestic violence occurred about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks later, he slapped her and broke her iPhone 6S.
Ooh,
Because
damn,
she
that's
had
fancy.
complimented on a male's friend's new jewelry. XXX later repaired the phone.
Of
Later
course,
that
this
day-
one of his friends has fucking jewelry.
Later that day, X left the room and returned with 2 grilling implements. A barbecue pitchfork and a barbecue cleaner, she said. And he told her to pick between them because he was going to put one up her vagina.
This is literally like some
Yeah.
Saw shit.
This is fucked up.
This
She
is
chose the fork.
She plays the one.
chose the
Oh, I guess I'll
fucking
take the
fork.
fork, I guess.
He told her to undress. He had lightly dragged. This is if other people.
This
hear
is
us,
just
is
as
really-
insane as it was the first time.
This really
Right.
happened to this girl. He dragged the tool against her inner thigh when she
Ugh.
passed out. He did not penetrate her with it. Fucking psycho.
Well, he didn't
Yes.
penetrate, so
Oh my
you
What?
could do worse.
Following that incident, X began to act violently towards her often. Around July of 2016, the couple moved to Orlando. When asked during the deposition to pinpoint the day she threatened to kill you, the reported victim said, "Well, when we were living in Orlando, it was like literally every day."
I bet it was like super casual. Like he would just like say it right behind her while he's walking past her in the kitchen or some shit.
I'll kill you.
I'll kill you.
I'll kill
He's
you. See you
fucking
later, honey.
scary. This is scary.
Yeah.
About a week and a half into their snit in Orlando, the woman and X were on their way to a show together. They were listening to one of X's songs in the car, and she sang along with his verse. Then she hummed along to the verse of the featured artist on the track. After that, X fell silent and left her in the car outside the venue. Once inside, they got into a fight. When they arrived home after the show, he took her to the bathroom, and he was always asking me why I was singing to his friend's part of the song. If I liked him, why do I like him? Like, do I ever look at his Twitter? She said.
Look at my
He's like,
Twitter.
are you looking at his fucking Twitter? What?
That's how you know a bitch is cheating. Is that she's looking
Twitter
at her
comes
Twitter.
into every big argument.
It's
I'll
there.
agree with that.
When X's then X headbutted her, punched
so
her,
hot.
stomped on her, and put her in the bathtub, where he continued hitting and kicking her. He was also wanted to cut out my tongue because I was singing to the song, she said. She tried to run away down the street. He tackled her, causing her head to hit the pavement. She suffered black eyes, a lump on the back of the head, scratch marks, and bruises, including a large bruise on the ankle where he stomped on her, where he physically stomped on her ankle. She has a
Jesus.
fucking bruise.
Fuck.
Also, while living in Orlando, he hit her with white plastic cone hangers. He broke a good 30 hangers on my leg, she said. Around that time, he tried cutting her hair, and he held her head under running water in the bathtub. He literally
Whoa.
so everyone the whole time
That's
thought, like,
waterboarding.
oh, he just got in
I
a fight
know.
with his girlfriend. He,
Yeah.
for months, beat the shit out of her.
This is
Wasn't
like
this like years?
and
This
yeah,
is a
this is
long
like
time.
probably like at least a year, at least 1 year, I think.
I'm
But they're
telling you.
literally, he's like 17 here.
And 13-year-olds worship this dude.
I know this is like a straight up sex slavering.
No,
that
it-
guy, with
it's
like a
so
single
hot.
woman.
In August, X was arrested in a separate case. As previously reported, he was charged with armed home invasion, robbery, and aggravated battery with a firearm, stemming from the alleged incident in November in 2015. He pleaded no contest with those charges in May of 2017 and was ordered to serve 6 years of probation. That's it. The woman called her mother to pick her up and then went to stay with a friend in Texas. But she soon had to return to South Florida, where her planned accommodations fell through, and she ended up living with one of X's friends. Around that time, she had sex with another man.
Fuck! Why would she fuck someone? Just end it.
Well, why would
What?
she live with his friend
No.
somewhere he can get, somewhere where he can keep
Yeah.
like an eye on her? And when X got out of jail, they moved back in together in North Miami. On September 16th, 2016, court records show that X agreed to house arrest and was released. He told her he knew she had cheated on him. He put a knife to her neck, strangled her a little bit, and called her a hoe. He said.
Strangled a little
Oh.
bit.
That night, he woke her up and told her to go outside, where he picked up an empty glass beer bottle and demanded that she tell him the truth, or I'm gonna fuck you up. She replied that she already was telling him the truth and that she had cheated and was sorry. He dropped the bottle, slapped her, and let her go to bed. About a week later, she and X moved into an apartment in Sweetwater, Florida. In 2 incidents there, X grabbed her by the neck, strangled her, and forced her down on the bed before any other person in the apartment came to the rescue. I'm like scared, she said, recalling how she felt. It's like he's going to end up killing me or something. In early October 2016, she found out that she was pregnant by X. The pregnancy was planned.
So he's a dad by now then. He, like, if this is so
Not
many
after
months...
this shit.
Well, I mean, like, he has a kid, though, now.
He does?
Well, think about it. Depending on how many months this took place, it's fucking...
Wait, in early October
Wait.
2016, she found out she was pregnant by X.
October 16th, it's September,
But-
so it should be born by now.
Dude, she would have lost. Okay, if everything in this thing happened, she would like lose the baby in like a week.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
she
The
would've
baby's
aborted.
probably
like
dead.
he beats
Yeah.
her so fucking
She
You
awful.
think he
probably
killed the baby, too?
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't.
Well,
Let's find out.
It's gotta.
In early October 2016, she found out she was pregnant by X. The pregnancy was planned by both of them. On the afternoon of October 6th,
It was
he told
planned?
Her,
It was
Yeah.
Okay,
planned.
so this
She
guy-
wanted to start a life with this guy.
Right.
Like, it was consensual. Oh, it wasn't consensual, but the fucking pregnancy one.
Why would she be
Right.
sitting there if
He's
they're like,
like,
oh, this guy beats you all the time? Was your pregnancy planned?
Consent?
Yes, it was a planned pregnancy.
It was a
He's
We
like
had spoken it over.
stomping on ankles,
Yeah, and she's like,
He's
it's
like-
fine.
God.
holding her head underwater,
How
and
do
she's
you
just
plan
like,
that?
why not just like have
It's
a
fucked
fucking
up.
child with
It's
him?
fucked up.
God.
He then went into the balcony where she could still. Oh, he told her to move to the bed where they're lying. Where I went back a lot.
It's fine.
Oh, I found it. Okay, so
Do you think they
X found out that
fuck
she
up
was
this much on
cheating.
My Favorite Murders?
X found out she was cheating and called the person she had slept with while X was in jail, demanding to know everything. When X returned, he told her, "You need to tell me the truth right now, or I'm going to kill you and this jit." She said that jit was a slang term for unborn child. So he threatened to literally kill her. and the
Kill
baby.
his baby. He threatened to kill his
my
own fucking
God.
baby.
He then started elbowing, headbutting, and punching her. He strangled her until she almost passed out. He took her to the bathroom and demanded one last time that she tell him everything or he would kill her in the bathtub.
This dude
she
literally
couldn't-
like goes through like
Yes.
every technique. He kicks her, he punches her,
Right,
elbows
it's
her.
sort of creative.
Yeah,
fucking nuts.
he's versatile as fuck. I'll give him that.
She couldn't even recognize her face in the mirror anymore.
God
It
damn.
looked distorted, and her
Oof.
left eye was completely shut and leaking blood. She was losing vision, and she vomited.
This poor fucking girl. Actually.
I know. Other people who live in the Sweetwater apartment eventually arrived, and she asked them to let her go to a hospital. X told her she couldn't leave until her face is healed because otherwise the police would be called. He told her to wear a hoodie. X and the others also put glasses on her, and they all got in the car and drove to the apartment that she'd never seen before in North Miami Beach. The hoodie and glasses were noted in a police
How
report.
old is he? while he's doing
17.
this? 17.
Seven.
And they're disguising her to cover up a crime.
Shit.
They left
what
her in a
education
bedroom.
does to us.
X confiscated her phone. She didn't get back until he was arrested on October 8th. For the next 2 days, she didn't leave the room except to use the adjacent bathroom. She couldn't find a way to flee. There were bars on the windows. If you're smart, you will stay with me until you get a car and have enough money to move into an apartment, he told her. Because if you leave me now, you're just going to be setting yourself up for failure. You're going to be homeless.
I mean, he obviously cares about
This
her.
is nuts.
Clearly.
Around 2 a.m. on October 8th, so 2 a.m. in the morning, X was in the living room of the apartment playing Minecraft and using Skype.
He has a Minecraft channel. He had one, or he like streamed a little bit online.
This fucking dude who beats the shit out of his girlfriend. 2 hobbies. Playing Minecraft, making videos, and beating the fuck out of women.
And
Those
rap-
are his hobbies.
He's also a trap rapper though.
and a trap rapper. What,
I mean,
what a fucking
How
hero.
else would a Minecraft player get a girlfriend?
What
There
a
really isn't
world.
any other way besides that. Like Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Here, how much is left actually?
A lot.
Oh,
not
no,
that much.
Yeah, we can finish up. Well, I just want this done by 32.
Letting him know she let him know she was going to go to the kitchen to make some food. She opened the refrigerator door wide enough so that he wouldn't be able to see her if she crouched down. And then she exited through a side door, ran to the nearest main street she knew. She didn't have any money, and she was asking somebody if she can use their phone and call the only number she knew by heart. It was the number of her ex-boyfriend she'd be living with the night she agreed to move in with X. So literally, this bitch leaves you. She's like, hey, I met someone else. I'm going to move in with him now, right now. Bye, I'm leaving. And then disappears for like a year. And then this bitch calls you, and she's like, hey, help.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, can't help. What are you doing right now?
Was like her first
Are you
boyfriend
busy?
like
busy?
a normal boyfriend?
Yeah, well, I think he's
Yeah.
probably just a douchebag or some shit. Like, there's a reason why
What
she
if
left
he
him.
like was just like a normal guy?
Like
And
you.
then, like,
It's you.
Yes, that's it. That's your
No, but
girlfriend.
like this girl was like normal, and then she went to live with XX, and then she's getting like beaten.
Oh
Fucking.
god, just finish this shit off. This is painful.
Essentially, what the rest of this says is that they went to the police and they interviewed her, the ex, and the ex's mom, and all of them agreed that all the things she's accusing of him does sound very plausible. They all agree.
Plausible.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't fucking know. No, god.
He's a good guy.
Clearly.
He's so
Yeah.
hot, though.
Sorry we had to read that to you. If you're disturbed, I understand. Our next song is going to be Too Far Gone. This is the live version. Normally, I'm not that into live music, but this is the only recording they have. And it's actually not too bad. And the band is C'est La Vie. All right? Enjoy.
Where can I go?
right, guys, welcome back. This is pretty much the end of our show. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.